gonna wander into the street and just never come back home.
I'll mount it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll give you some money to do that because you're a real man and
Don't
I'm
you have
scared.
to do it into like rocks or something though? Isn't it like masonry behind the fireplace?
That's the other thing is I don't know what's back there, but I've knocked on it and it sounds a little metallic. So I think I'd be drilling into the actual part of the chimney.
Oh.
Yeah.
So right now it just sits on a little mantle and I don't light a fire.
Catch on fire.
Catching on fire would be something that I'm not that worried about. Just literally walking outside and it being face first, just on the ground.
Have y'all
the
seen
next
that
morning.
photo where the girl mounted her TV but with the legs still attached underneath? And so,
Awesome. Yeah.
so someone texted like, "Why are the legs still?" She goes, "So if it falls, it'll land on his feet."
Smart.
That's a big brain move right there.
Yeah. Wow.
Blake, are we going?
Yes, we're rolling.
What is this?
Oh, that's so one time Kylie and I went to a bookstore at the mall and I was really like adamant about buying a book because I needed a new book that I was into.
Sure.
And then I read the cover or the back cover of a book and I read it for a very long time to where I was interested. And then I like pulled the book out of the shelf and it just kept coming. It was very like War and Peace or Pride and Prejudice sized.
Oh, no.
So I put it back and I turned around and I bought that for $20. And it's a banana menorah with a little main event finger figure on it.
Wow, it's heavy.
Yeah,
very
It's
heavy.
nice. We've also registered it as it. We can do this if we want. If you have a bomb, you take the bomb nana, and usually you give it to yourself. If you have a bomb out there, you just take the banana.
I see. Like you do a little bit, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, and then you go.
It's mostly for me. I've had
Yeah.
a record number of bombs going back and edit and watching. I'm like, okay,
Well-
yeah. Thankfully, we all continue to talk usually. So.
That's nice.
But this is going to be a very fun episode. So first off, I want to intro the episode. Thank you so much for coming back to another episode of the Dingbat District podcast. I've got a very exciting episode on deck today with a lot of returning guests and one new face. We've got Madi Slavens coming on alongside Parker coming back and CAIN coming back as well. Will y'all go ahead and plug up your social media so people at home can find y'all?
I've got Parker Slavens on Instagram. That's SLAYYYVENS. Parker spelled the normal way.
Yeah,
Miss Slavens?
Right. I recently changed mine because of my last name changing.
Oh.
But I remember what it is. It's Madi, Madi Eclair. So Madi -hyphen Eclair on Instagram. Thank you.
And CAIN?
And mine's Funny CAIN on Instagram. That's FUNYY. FUNNYCAIN _ on Instagram.
Nice.
For those at home just listening, Maddie pushed the banana over to CAIN for misspelling his own handle, and it was quite hilarious. Thank you for doing that. But
My
thank you for
pleasure.
coming on.
Oh.
This was very fun. You're our first non-comic. No, that's not true. You're our first non-stand-up comic in comedy to come on the show, so this is very fun. Maddie is an excellent improver. I finally got to see you for the first time last Saturday, I believe.
Oh.
Do improv, and me and Parker were just going back and forth in the back. She's a star. She's a
Good.
I don't even think
great.
you were the main character in the first sketch I saw you in, and you took the show.
Wow. Wow.
So, how long have you been doing sketch and improv?
Well, I guess I was in nursing school in Boston, and I was just losing my little mind. Just science and bodies and blood. I was like, I gotta do something else, not this. And so I started taking improv then. That must have been 2015, and I took a long break. And then I came to Dallas and returned to improvisational comedy. It bit me, and
Back to your roots, baby.
got ill. Yes, I'm currently down with the sickness of improv comedy.
So, did you move to Dallas from Boston for work, or was it for schooling still?
It was for work. So I graduated in Boston, and then the first job that was offered to me was in Dallas, but I'm from Dallas, so
okay.
I had contacts, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's fun.
People
And
in
then
the industry.
And then
of
eventually
death
you
and
met our
dying.
sweet, sweet boy Parker.
Yes, I know you.
You.
I'm tremendously pleased that you're here.
Thanks
Wow.
for having me. Yeah.
It's like I got to watch the meet cute all over again.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
Yes. Yeah.
Will y'all do the Sound of Music mirror to mirror thing? Was that not Sound of Music?
Was it
Oh,
Sound of
man.
Music? The one where she's a nun and she's hired as a
I don't know.
babysitter.
Probably not. I'm just trying to show you. That's the extent of what I know of musical
Oh.
knowledge. I just do know
Gotcha.
that this was a move in one musical at one point.
Dear, a female dear, may under a golden sun, me a name and
I don't know
Is that what you
one.
wanted?
I don't know it
Is
either.
that
right?
But did we do
Did we
good?
do it?
It looked
You did
good.
great.
Did we do
I
good?
loved it.
Yay!
You did just show a perfect representation of me in church choir the couple years that I got forced to go.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know these songs.
I don't know how this goes. Yeah.
My parents raised a little
Nice.
raccoon. I don't know anything about church.
Whoa.
Uh-oh,
Just point
yeah.
me to the trash. Am I right?
I am a trash
I know
garbage panda.
trash.
Yes. On record, trash garbage panda.
Trash garbage panda on record. I do prefer gas station food in comparison to like restaurants.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I don't
What
know if
restaurants
I
are you
prefer
going
it. Yeah, but I definitely enjoy it.
Bad ones. You know.
I don't know, man. There's something we were talking about it today. There's something about a good hot dog.
Oh, I love a hot
Oh,
dog.
There's
good
some
hot
and,
dog.
Yeah.
and a
I
good
really-
ballpark hot dog.
Who doesn't
or
love a hot
But
dog?
I'd
Or a
prefer a
roller?
ballpark hot dog at a ballpark, not a
Right.
gas station. If it
This
were
is
up to
true.
me.
Not me.
This is true. This
Not
is true.
you?
But
well, because I can steal them at the gas station.
that is
How?
also
You
true.
just- from the roller?
I make it and then I just eat it as I'm walking around the store.
And they
Yeah.
never
You're going
know.
to self-serve rollers?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a QT. Also, that is
QT,
important to
racetrack,
say.
yeah.
You can't be eating you can't be eating gas station food from like Hunt's Brother Pizza is probably the best one you're gonna get from a
Right.
Hunt's gas
Right,
station.
yeah.
Anything that looks like that is probably something you don't touch.
Yeah.
I've
Hey,
had some
I
terrible nights
wouldn't-
and mornings after
I wouldn't
those.
steal a hot dog from like 7-Eleven.
Right. Well, they keep them locked up. They're
Do
behind.
they?
They're behind the glass.
They've
you
heard
know?
of me,
They know.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
They're
then
just
the
looking over
problem
the
with that
donut case,
is
just watching.
the person that works there has now handled your hot dog. you
Right.
know?
Oh,
But
Yeah.
I didn't even think
for
about
me
it like that.
personally,
Uh-oh.
yeah, QT or racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
noted.
There's a guy around Dallas that has appeared in my life periodically that is a hot dog salesman.
Oh. Yeah?
I've met him
What?
once outside of the dance club. It'll do.
Oh,
He was there,
Oh,
and I was
love
with
It'll
like a
Do.
group of people, and I was the only one who ordered a hot dog, and everyone was like, "What hot dog?" And
Did
this
he
was
have
closed.
like a cart, like a
Yeah,
grill?
yeah. He's
I
a
was
little
gonna say-
cart. Yeah.
I was just imagining like someone from the Rangers just got out of the stadium and didn't stop walking.
yeah. Want a hot dog?
you want a hot dog?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you said hot dog salesman, I thought like in bulk or like in
Those guys
industrial
exist
amount.
too.
Yeah.
Those
Or
guys
in
have accosted me at
I
the dry
thought-
cleaner.
I thought you
Yeah.
were gonna be like, oh, he had you a card, and he was like, if you ever need 100 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Just opens up a
Hot
trench
dogs
coat.
on your guy.
Hot dogs on one side,
Hot
Rolexes on the other.
dogs
Right,
on
yeah.
one side, buns in
Yeah.
the back.
You look like a hot dog.
Hey.
Hey, come here, man. You look like a hot dog kind of guy. Let me talk to you over here for a minute.
Yeah, this guy said, "Hey, you want some free steaks?" I was like, "What? Maybe, yeah." He's like, "I was like, what's the catch?" He's like, "Well, you gotta buy 40, and I'll give you a free one." I was like, "No, get out of here."
Are you
I've
just
met
carrying
that
these
guy.
steaks?
yeah.
He took me to his van, and he had a freezer full of
Yes.
steaks.
Full of steaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
that's a pretty. If you're going to be taken to a van, that's one of the better outcomes to
Yeah,
have.
but they were frozen. They weren't like done. But he was like, yeah, if you buy like 50 steaks, I'll throw in some for free.
Yeah. I'm
And
like,
how long were you abducted for?
Well, longer than I like to admit because I did consider it.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
like, well,
You're
let me ask my
captivated.
dad, you know?
Blake was, or not Blake. Kane wasn't really pressed until the steaks ran out, and I'm like, well, now that the steaks are gone,
Huh.
I guess
Yeah.
I guess I'm ready to go.
Maybe I roll out of here.
That's when he figured out that he got took.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's when it
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, when I got out, and I was like, why are we in a different parking lot?
hey. Yeah.
Hey, and are there any more steaks?
Yeah.
I ordered like 12 or 20 more. What's going on here?
I don't think there's any more steaks coming.
Just mistakes.
Yeah. Hey.
Wow. That was a good one.
Thank
That
you,
was a
Parker.
good one.
I wish I had a
That was
bell.
really good.
We only have negative things on the show. We need to get positive things, Blake.
We have a banana.
But that's a bad banana.
Make it a good banana.
The only time that banana was used for good was when Nick deep throated it on camera. That was a fun time.
Someone's deep throated
You know,
that banana.
I'm just-
Nick Hawk. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
I was going to say, I'm assuming Nick Hawk.
Yeah.
You said Nick. I
Nick
was like, I
Kissy.
bet I can guess.
Yeah.
Nick Hawk. That was a fun episode because he is. I didn't know he was on The Voice. Did y'all know that about him?
I did not know
I
that.
didn't. Wow.
As
No, he-
what?
Yeah, he was on The Voice in like 2013, I believe. Wait, I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
As what? What was he on The Voice as?
He was a judge.
Yeah, he was a judge.
Oh, okay.
They had guest judges.
An
that season.
audience member.
Hey, that's Nick Hawk.
And then he says, "It's my credit. I am on The Voice."
Hey, get that banana out of your mouth.
Yeah.
No, he was
Wow.
on, and I think he got Blake Shelton and Adam Levine to turn around. Do you remember Blake?
Wow.
Something like that.
He
yeah.
can sing?
Yeah, really well.
Yeah.
We watched his Genie in a Bottle video, and he sang that really well. It was just,
Wow.
I think he even admitted it probably wasn't the best song for him at that moment. I think that's what he said.
No, they made him sing Blurred Lines.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what it was.
They
Because it
were-
was,
that haircut.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, the essay song of the century at that point.
Yeah.
But they had bought it already. One of you guys has to sing it.
No one
We
told them
bought
why the
the
licensing
rights.
rights were so cheap.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they got her like, can we use this? And you're like,
He is funny.
Nick Hawk is very funny.
Yeah. I found out someone the other day that was on a TV show. We all know Paul Varghese.
Yeah.
Really?
do.
I didn't know he was on Gabriel Iglesias' Stand Up Revolution show.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's on Peacock. Watched it the other day on the cock.
On the cock. My
How long-
favorite channel. My favorite streaming service.
Stand Up Revolution, is that what you
Yeah,
said?
I think it was season 2, episode
That was
1.
on Comedy Central, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was season 1, episode 2.
How much is Peacock a month?
I think it's like $5 or $10. I only have it for WWE.
Oh, interesting. Isn't that on?
There it is.
No kidding. That's awesome.
Yeah, season 1, episode 2.
Paul Varghese is a local comic for anyone that's just listening and doesn't know. He's a very funny local comic. He is in the area,
He's
right?
a legend. Yeah, he
is in
lives
the
here.
area. Yeah. We're lucky.
Blake, do you have the remote or do I?
I do, bitch.
Wow. So aggressive today. What else am I hearing?
You.
Oh. Yeah.
Wait, you've been watching your own podcast?
You gotta
Blake
get
does
the-
that.
Gotta get the numbers up, man.
Blake does that. I don't come in here.
You narcissist.
Uh-huh.
It's great. There's a lot more space, and craft services is amazing. Be a double connection.
Oh, here we
Yes.
go.
There he
This is
is.
the set I've seen.
If you're
Yeah.
not Indian and you see a movie about India, don't think all of a sudden you can relate to me. Like we have this magical connection. I get this literally once a week for the last 3 years. Oh my God, you're Indian. Have you seen Slumdog Millionaire? And that's wrong because you wouldn't do it to anybody else. Oh my God, you're black. Have you seen Big Mama's House?
I believe it's from like 2011.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it came out 11 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it was uploaded to YouTube 11 years ago.
Right.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Which means it was on Comedy Central a couple
Like-
years before
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Right.
15, 20 years ago.
Until
yeah.
Gabe got the rights back.
Yeah.
But that, yeah, it's crazy. I was like, man, Paul's that guy, man.
Yeah.
Because he started in like 2001.
Right.
And he's
yeah.
done so much. Like,
It's also funny to see that like this type of show, like the stand-up revolution, isn't a thing anymore.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, it's Kill Tony, and that's about the closest thing you have to it.
yeah, well, because there's no really like network TV.
Yeah. There's Don't Tell. If you can
Right.
get
Oh,
on that.
okay,
that
yeah.
is
YouTube, yeah.
Close to it. Yeah.
Really, the closest thing is if you just follow the production networks. Like, because we're into comedy, I watch 800 Pound Gorilla now.
Right.
And I
Mhm.
subscribe to them, and that's how I watch newer people coming out. But even at that point, I don't go to that first. So I say that just to realize that
Right.
I'm not the fan that I want people to be.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the fans will find me. I haven't found anyone that way, but
They'll
They
hunt
know
me
what's
down.
good.
Yeah.
they know what's good. Their taste is
But
unfailing.
I do feel like this is a good example of like the old model of the industry kind of like trying to help you out in whatever they can,
Right.
as opposed to now where like the industry wants you to come to the door with a fan base already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
They want you to show
Yeah.
up with already having at least, 20,000-30,000 followers.
Yeah.
Right, and they don't really want time to develop anymore. Like, it used to take 10 years where nobody saw anything you said, and then eventually you dropped everything that was good.
Right.
And
Right,
then
yeah.
they just heard it, and you're like, oh, this guy's great. Where did he come from? And you're like, well, he's been in Boston for 10 years. So
Right.
And-
Slowly. Yeah.
now we're just posting open mic clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I realized that I forgot to do that from when I first started, and I went back the other day. I'm like, oh my God, these are still on here?
Yeah.
I was just hoping that no one has just super scrolled past the first
No,
thing I
man.
post on my
You got to
page.
keep
so-
them up
That's crazy. Yeah.
to see the progress.
Yeah, yeah. So people know,
Right.
You know, yeah. Pete Holmes famously posted a bombing feature set where he
Really?
bombed for 30 minutes and just posted it all on YouTube. And it was
I love Pete Holmes so
yeah,
much.
Was
me
Pete-
too.
Was he the
Yeah.
one that had an appearance doing something talking about how the host of the show did not like him and did not want him on?
I don't know.
It was.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember what it was, but I think it was something with John Mulaney.
Oh,
And he
that is a clip from the series finale of Crashing
Right.
on
Yeah,
HBO.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
And you keep telling me I need to watch Crashing, and I
You
still
need to
haven't.
watch
It's
Crashing.
so good. Yeah.
I know. I need. So is it just centered around just him, or is it just like a
It's-
bunch of people are kind
It's
of?
his Louis.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was that time when Louis had a show that's like kind of loosely based on his
Yeah.
life, and then like everyone went to the networks and was like, "I want to do a Louis, but me."
But
And-
also, like Seinfeld did that first.
right? Yeah,
True.
yeah. But Louis did it where it was like art
Right.
forward.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, he showed you like Seinfeld was a sketch kind of feel from the very beginning, and then
Yeah.
Lou was just like, "I'll show you the bad shit."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't seen too much of Seinfeld to like actually comment on it, but I don't feel like Seinfeld was that much stand-up driven.
No,
Whereas like something like Crashing or Louis might have been.
for sure.
Well, that's also just like the antithesis of the saturation of the market. Like there was not a whole lot going around, so those jokes were good. If now Seinfeld was going around and trying to make his name now, it would be a lot
Be harder.
harder to do. Yeah, I'm not going to say
Someone-
that he
someone
wouldn't
wrote
be.
it in a meme. You know, like
Yeah.
that's why autobiographical is like so much bigger now.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything's just a tweet now. You're like, you'll hear something every once in a while, and you're like, I'm pretty sure that was just a tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or like how I've heard a bunch of people who are like, man, I hear a lot of the same premises over and over again. And they're not like the same, like CAIN and I were talking a while back about premises that kind of belong to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And these were just like premises that are like, oh, is this the new, like, for example, like white people versus black people or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Sure.
Like, I'll put myself into this. Like at one point, I remember I accidentally took the premise of Shane Gillis's, where like I don't relate to rap because his joke was I don't beat the pussy up or anything like that, and I had just incidentally, maybe not even incidentally, maybe I knew the whole time, but I had said I can't like relate to rap music because I don't beat the pussy up. I could maybe like lightly spar with it,
Nice. Yeah.
and then someone was like, "That's a Shane joke." And
Yeah.
now I've heard that joke like 4 or 5 different times in this scene.
But that's like
Yeah.
what growing is. After
Right, yeah.
like 2 to 3 years in, you should be able to be like, oh, I've heard this. I'm not going
Yeah.
to do a joke about that.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like writing music is probably the same way. Where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that sounds really good. Have I heard that before?
That is
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
I was going into a big deep dive of songs that were quote unquote rip-offs of other songs recently, and even down to the point where someone was getting at John Fogerty, the dude from Creedence Clearwater Revival.
The guy from Creedence Revival. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, we all knew that.
he was he had done stuff with this group CCR, and then he'd gone on a solo thing, and because when he went solo, he sounded similar to CCR, his old group. They had like copyrighted him. He was like,
Whoa.
"No, I'm just me."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
down to
just
that
me,
whole
and I've
point.
continued to be me.
Right, and now people can take advantage of that because it's already been set in a copyright law.
Right,
Whoa.
dude. The
That's
estate
funny.
of Marvin Gaye was
Yeah.
just running wild,
Right.
suing everybody.
Yeah, they still
Yeah.
are.
They still are. I
Yeah.
thought Ed Sheeran like put that to bed, but
You know, Ed Sheeran seems like the type of guy that could do that.
yeah, he did. He like played the guitar in front of a judge and was like, "Everyone uses these chords. You can't copyright chords."
You know,
yeah,
that
That's
is
a very
true.
good point.
And
Have
I
you
saw
seen that?
No, but I saw a
Yeah.
video today on Instagram where it was like it was like
What was his name? I'm
jazz
sorry.
What
Ed
is it?
Sheeran,
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran in court. Yeah,
Judge.
yeah. It was
Ed
like
Sheeran, Judge.
play these
See what happens.
chords on the piano to make it look like you know how to play jazz.
Oh yeah. I got that video.
You got that video? Yeah. It was
yeah.
just like a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And then there's like any of these 5, you can just tap them and it'll
Yep.
sound like jazz.
So what is
Maybe
it?
Ed Sheeran, like copyright law. Ed Sheeran,
Ed Sheeran
Marvin
judges
Gaye.
Marvin
chords.
Gaye case.
A little aside, I learned that CAIN really is into Rubik's cubes.
What?
Really?
Yes. And
I have one in my
Simple.
car right
I
now.
bet you do.
Well, I
And
heard
then-
a story about you. It's not three across, is it?
It's 5 across.
I have a 5x5 in my truck right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, I was solving it while I was parked in front of the house. For, you know, when I was parked outside for like
Real.
15 minutes?
I did not see. I was in bed
Yeah,
being a
did-
lazy loser.
Did you see me come up behind you and wave?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was busy Cuban, Blake.
Cuban.
I gotta see if this is it.
Demonstration on the witness stand came as Sharon appeared to be frustrated, calling the whole case insulting.
So, what was the start of this? Did someone say that Ed Sheeran was ripping off Marvin Gaye, or did he just come forth as like a musician saying like, no, this is kind of just something that
I
everyone
don't remember if they were suing him or not.
It sounds like this sort of situation where the estate of Marvin Gaye may have been suing him, Ed Sheeran, or his team.
Or he was maybe like an expert witness.
Yeah.
That's so weird that an estate can sue someone at that point.
Well,
Like, I
Yeah,
understand
yeah,
just so
yeah.
someone like doesn't get taken advantage of after death, but you're like your great grandkid can have say on a song that you don't even remember.
Yeah, they sued the song Blurred Lines, in fact.
Right.
Yeah.
And won.
Yeah, and won. And that's when the floodgates
But even
were
like
opened.
Blurred Lines, as controversial of a song as it is,
Yeah.
it was not like a direct ripoff of
No.
that song.
It was like a vibe.
It was, yeah, that's literally what they said.
Just
That's-
imagine in a court case like, no, sir, it's just a vibe.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just the
what
same.
they said in
That
court.
is, yeah.
The
They took
vibe.
the vibe of the song.
Yeah, the vibe sounds the same.
Yeah.
And they won.
Yeah. Which is.
But you
know,
can't you can't sue for like interpolation. So there was another like group that came out and interpolated that song with the point of being like, you can't sue us even though we are taking the song.
Yeah.
And I thought that was funny.
That is
Wow.
funny.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
So it wasn't even the Marvin Gaye estate. It was his co-writer Ed Townsend's estate striking for the similarities between Let's Get It On and Thinking Out Loud.
Wow.
Those songs don't even sound the same.
I'm trying to remember Thinking Out Loud because I know I've heard it,
Yeah.
but I can't imagine, like, if I would have heard that and it sounded similar enough to Let's Get It On, I feel like everyone
Everyone would know.
Yeah.
everyone would have like, all right, that's like at a certain point, if you rip it off enough, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But then even at that point, as much as I don't like him, go look at Drake's music. He's done it a billion times where he's sampled a bunch of people and
He samples
thrown in
and
their
interpolates.
lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's interpolation.
oh, okay, that was just a really big word that I didn't
Right.
even.
It's like where you just play the song. Like if it's a piano part, you just play it again and re-record it.
Or it's like
And-
taking the lyrics and being like, oh, like I took these section of lyrics because like it inspired me. You know, it's like
Right.
it's not like I'm directly copying you because it's like putting it in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still think like sampling, you have to give songwriter credit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think in interpolation, you have to give some songwriter credit.
Really.
It's
Maybe,
u-
I don't know.
Something.
It's usually you have to ask permission. Like
Right,
Juicy
yeah.
J talked about it, the guy from 3-6 Mafia.
I know who Juicy J is.
I'm sorry. But yeah, he says he gets samples all the time and he always approves them because it's just extra money because he gets part of the royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing is, for example, like Garth Brooks doesn't allow anyone to own the rights to his music like Apple or Spotify or anything like that. So you can't listen to any of his music. You have to just buy it on CDs.
Yeah.
Right.
And then at a certain point, like my parents and grandparents are big fans of him. I don't know a whole lot of his music other than like the 2 or 3 big ones, but because he just kind of let himself die out. Yeah.
But he also made more money that way.
He did in the short term.
There was someone recently. There was some big artist that they sold like their entire catalog for like $500 million.
Justin Timberlake.
No, it was someone else. I think it was a country star.
Really? What
Yeah.
do you know what that entails? Like, what do you mean they sold their catalog? Like,
They
you could
sold
just
the-
use the sample rights?
They sold all the rights to their
Yeah.
catalog to like a major label.
So yeah, was it if they use it in a commercial, they won't make money from it, and they don't
Yeah.
even get to decide if it's being used.
They don't
in a
get to decide
commercial.
anything
Yeah.
behind it anymore because they're like, okay, here's $500 million.
Yeah.
Nope, not catalog.
I think Future also did that recently.
I also think Michael Jackson bought all of Eminem's songs.
What?
Yeah, because he made the
Bruce
music video
Springsteen.
where he made fun of him.
Or possibly the other way around.
Yeah, I think
No,
it might
no.
have been.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
it
other
might have
way
been the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know, though. I
Oh.
feel like M wouldn't buy like, I don't think Michael Jackson... No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm getting lost.
It
in
was
that.
it was Bruce Springsteen. He sold his entire catalog.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
crazy.
So he can
So
spend more time
yeah,
podcasting.
it says there are other people that have done it. He had a podcast with Obama, right?
Yeah, he did.
He did a podcast with Obama?
With Obama.
What
Yeah.
did they talk about?
I couldn't
How
tell
rich
you.
they were.
They talked about.
As soon as I said that, I'm looking at us, so I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
I believe they talked about, and I don't mean this how it's going to sound, America. I I guess as sort of a swan song or something.
That is crazy. The boss and that's probably the wrong thing.
The boss and Obama.
How do you get away with playing these videos?
You do it for a half a second, and we also lost our screen recording capabilities, so now it's just in the wide shot for a half a second.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Great.
Should we describe the action?
Yeah,
Should we interpolate it?
Is this going to be anywhere?
Okay, so what you're seeing now is scrolling down. There are a lot of thumbnails. They're for all kinds of different things. Some of them have Bruce Springsteen and Obama. Others don't.
Can we pay you to just do context?
You shouldn't.
I'm terrible at it.
Okay, what we're looking at now is Kate McKinnon dressed as an old lady.
Yeah.
Civil War era general.
There's a Canadian Mountie on our screen.
Oh, there's that meme of Obama.
Wow.
Is this like the actual? Is this what you were talking about?
Yes.
Okay, because I haven't even seen this going around like
61.
This is a Corvette. Yeah, that's America. That's what they're talking about. You nailed it.
America.
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen.
Wait, what
and
year? I
Obama.
want to see if I got it right. I said 61. Go back. I want to see what year.
How
Right
will
there,
we
right
know?
there.
That's a 59.
Let me tell you, this is one of the highlights of my time on this farm, was getting behind the wheel of this mean machine. This is 1960.
Everything he does is in a presidential address.
Yeah. Of this
Let me
main
tell you,
machine.
my favorite thing I ever did was getting behind the wheel of this. Like he's waiting for the echo.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta let the applause die down after every word
You know what sucks is presidents can't drive anymore.
Right.
because it's
Yeah.
unsafe.
Yeah, he can't like legally drive on the road. Like he can do it like at his house.
Yeah.
Like in Rain Man, you're like, they let me drive up the driveway.
Yeah.
every
Truly.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Exactly
legitimately.
like that. Yeah.
That's great. Oh my gosh, the conservatorships and stuff like this is just getting so crazy. Like, I honestly, I wanted to see what Britney Spears did with that money. Like, why did you take that away from us? That could have been such
Yeah.
a thing.
We'll ever know.
It would have been awesome.
I like the
been so
knife
fun.
dances
Yeah.
that she does.
She does knife dances?
Yeah.
Oh, every now and again. This is great.
Is this a bit where you don't know anything that's happening in pop culture? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
After that one, I'm keeping the banana over here for the rest of the show. That
No,
was
I'm sorry. You
that
gotta
was
give me the
fantastic. You
banana.
did a great-
have to give me the banana. That was horrible.
no, that was mean spirited and fun. I liked it.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I truly, thinking about it even for one half of a second, I realized we probably just experienced different corners of pop culture. And
so
I'm bringing
funny.
in mine.
But you nailed it right on the head. I don't. I've had to look up everything we've said.
It is everything that's been brought
it's
up.
the like Jimmy Fallon of like, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what's happening? And I'm like, oh, it's for the podcast.
I wish
We
it was
get
a bit, too.
You don't know about Britney Spears and the knives.
Okay.
I
Also,
get it.
thank you for saying it again because I already forgot.
Britney Spears
It's
and the
like
knives.
Paxton being like,
You're gonna enjoy watching.
what happened on
this.
September 11th?
Yeah, I know I was supposed to remember something about like a stucco building in San Antonio, but I don't remember what it was.
Does anyone know what's going on with Whitney Houston?
Oh no.
Oh my god. I want to get back to Ed Sheeran. Don't let me forget.
Okay,
Because I
yeah,
have
yeah,
things
yeah.
to say about him.
Really?
Oh, we've got a tab up here. By the way, this is what my brain looks like at all times. It's all just these open tabs,
And some of them are playing music.
and some of them are playing
Oh
music.
yeah, wait.
What are,
You go
Doesn't
back.
matter.
is it? Yeah, okay.
It's this.
There she is. It's that.
It's
This
that.
one didn't open it. That's what it
Knife
was.
crazy again.
Again. She's done this
Again?
before.
Dangerous dance.
Isn't
Yeah.
this what they made safety knives for? Like the ones that are just for cutting fruit?
You think
Oh, yeah.
Britney is
Yeah.
dancing with safety knives?
Don't do that to her.
It's Britney, bitch.
This
yeah.
is why they took all her money away. They said,
She kept buying knives.
yeah.
And sharpeners.
They'd take the knives away, and then she'd be like, "You can't stop me."
You just
Ooh.
click on Amazon.
There she goes.
There she is, my queen.
And she defies, current fashion choices by going so low rise. It's brave. It's brave and exciting.
Yeah,
Who is recording?
I think it's on top of her fridge.
I think it's a selfie stick.
Yeah, it's a.
All I know is
tripod.
Cutco Knives should really take this and start
Oh.
using it as
That was
ads.
close.
That was.
That would have been. Now that's a video.
We would have lost one right there.
Yeah.
She really almost got herself on this one. When she goes up, one of them is facing her
Look,
face.
there
like
it is.
Not
Wow.
the across the neck. That one.
Jeez.
That one close to her body was facing up, and she definitely almost nicked her nose.
But I mean, admit it, you can't look away.
I can't.
Cocaine is
No.
a hell of a drug.
I mean,
Indeed.
yeah.
You're telling me you wouldn't love to see this in concert, though?
I would love to see this in my house.
Doesn't
Just-
she have a residency in
She
Las
did.
Vegas?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Does she?
She did, but I think it's
It's
over.
over.
Is
Okay.
it? I'd love to go.
They had to get her out for their sake. Like, she's a lawsuit just waiting
No.
to happen.
And I do say this with all sincerity. She is top 3 pop stars to ever live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Britney Spears.
Yeah, we were talking about pop stars a little bit today because you were talking about Sabrina Carpenter.
Well, okay.
Well,
I
I'm not
wasn't
saying she's
just
up
talking about her, you know.
there. I brought
What
her
were
up.
you saying?
Nah, just
I said she's a pretty lady, and he said you're gross.
Oh, wow.
yeah, I didn't say
You
that
hate her?
exact. No,
Because she's small?
no,
Yeah.
no.
She's blonde.
I do hate how much she depicts herself as a Barbie doll. Like
Yeah.
I think it's the Espresso music video or something like that.
Great song.
Great song, but like
That's what we were talking about. I was like, you know what's a
The
good
quality
song?
That-
of the
yeah.
song?
The quality of the song. The kind of like maybe cultural appropriation of the song.
In what way? I'd like you to
Italian
expand
culture?
on that.
Yeah.
Espresso?
Yeah.
Is she not
Italian culture.
Italian?
I don't know. I'm just starting rumors, guys.
Is
Let's start some more.
Is
Yeah.
Carpenter a
Italian
last name?
It certainly
No.
doesn't
depends how
sound
you
like
say it.
It was Carpentino.
It's Christian. It's
She's very
Jesus-
Anglo-Saxon.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus was a carpenter.
Mm-hmm. And so is Sabrina.
Yeah.
And a witch.
You
And
know
a
what?
Disney star. I forgot that
Yeah.
that would, my sister grew up watching her, and then
Yes.
now she's just like the sexual deviant that she is,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what all of her
Whoa,
songs are about.
deviant. All right. Come on, man.
No, she's a deviant and a hussy, and I don't want to see it at my gym.
Yeah.
She's not at your gym.
No, but that's what they play the music videos at my gym,
Oh, I was
so
gonna
that's
say,
what's
if she
up
goes
on.
to your gym, let me know when we're gonna go work out.
Because I've got some things I want to
Yeah.
say to her, but not on this podcast.
But no, that's they play music videos at my gym, and it's almost like 60% Sabrina Carpenter, and I'm just like, I'll do what I'm doing, and I'm looking up, and it's like, oh my god,
Wow.
there's like a barely legal Barbie doll sitting
Yeah.
on the TV, and she's just doing, 'cause, like, I've seen videos too on Twitter where she's doing all of like, she gets down on her knees and starts doing for
Yeah.
the sake of not
They're
having
called
to cut it
Juno
out.
positions.
Tell us more.
Why do you know that so specifically?
My sister's a very big Sabrina Carpenter fan. Yeah.
That
yeah.
makes sense.
That is the rule that Kylie and I have had to keep in the car is you can love Sabrina Carpenter, we can talk about her all you want, but just please don't play her. Just please don't play her in the car.
Wow.
Unless it's
Really?
espresso.
Yeah. I'm not a
Yeah.
big pop head, except for I will give Chapel Roan. I
Okay.
do like a couple songs by her. Pink
Really?
Pony Club has made its way into me liking it.
Huh.
I wanted to hate it as much as it was played and how
find
much I heard
her
it.
Incredibly boring.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
The
At least
music?
her music. Her music's boring.
That's
But I find her antics very artistic.
Mm-hmm.
And I like art.
seeing her live was pretty.
You
what
saw her
changed it?
live. That's
Accidentally.
right.
Yeah, I went to Hangout Fest.
Accidentally.
Yeah, it wasn't
you
my
told
type
us
of.
about this, maybe.
Yes.
You had a terrible time at Hangout Fest.
Yeah, okay, so we did
Yes.
talk about this. It was not my type of music whatsoever. And I just went to kind of go on a vacation.
Who was
'cause
the lineup?
It was
Look it up,
everybody.
man, you've been looking
Oh.
everything else up.
I forget that I have access to this sometimes. Hangout.
I am putting a pin in Ed Sheeran, so
Yeah.
Yes,
we can
no,
return.
we're gonna talk
Because
about
I'm
him.
assuming if Britney's in the top 3, Ed Sheeran must be.
Top 4, you know.
Yeah. Number 4.
Yeah, who's left on the podium of pop stars?
Oh, I love a Lady Gaga.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what?
That's fun and refreshing.
You know what? Controversial pick?
Here we
Kesha.
go. That is a
Kesha.
controversial.
She's coming
pick.
to Dos Equis Pavilion here in a couple months.
That's right. by
Kesha
my
Really?
is?
Yeah.
Huh.
Thought she was more of a House of Blues
Right.
draw, you know?
Ouch.
It's Kesha. She's got like 2 songs.
Parker, we talked about this.
Yeah, you're right.
It was this one. Okay, so yeah, the big ones were Zach Bryan, Lana Del Rey, and Odessa.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I wouldn't have liked that either.
No, Doechii was fun.
I was about to say Doechii.
Well, actually, I think Doechii dropped. I think Sexy Red was there, and she was fun. Nelly was awesome.
Nelly, yeah.
Nelly was my
Badass.
favorite. Co Wetzel was fun. He's country rock. But Chapel Roan was there, and I saw I don't know that it was 1,000, but I'll say thousands of people doing HOTTOGO, like the dance that
That's
goes with
fun.
it.
Yeah.
And no matter how much you like or dislike that song, that'll sway your opinion.
It will. Yeah.
Thousands of people are telling you, you're like, no, your opinion's wrong. You're like, you know what? I kind of believe you now.
I don't believe that, and I don't fall into that. I think they like that, and I don't have to.
No, that's fair. I just thought, like, it made me see that she was a little more Madonna than I thought she was.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun. Because I don't mind a Madonna. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter's a Madonna, but
Yep.
it's crazy that just a couple innuendos instead of just saying the things and then you're allowed to be on the radio. And then it's like the most sexual song with all the Juno positions or whatever you said they were.
I didn't say she named them that, not me.
But you told me what they were.
Look them up.
A Day to Remember was there. All Time Low. Wow.
I think I've seen All Time Low, but I didn't see them here. I saw them at a different concert. But there was someone I remember seeing who was fun. But I also I walked around. I got drunk and I just walked around everywhere. I think I drank like 14 Tanquerays.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
good.
also I think I sat next to a porta potty for a solid 3 hours at one point.
That was in the story. Yes. I remember there
Yes.
being something like that.
Yeah.
A porta potty sit.
Porta potty sit.
Yeah.
That might be the name of the episode, a porta potty sit.
I sure hope not. I did just want to mention, to bring it back to comedy slightly, just
Thank you.
slightly, the chaperone thing, the standing in an audience or being in an audience, right? And the whole crowd starts doing the HOTTOGO. It's almost like the comedian move of a call and response, like we gotta get,
yeah.
you know, it really has this
Yeah.
live performance. I think there's a switch in our brains that's like, oh, everyone's doing it. This is
Yeah.
And we're a part of it.
We're a part of it.
Yeah.
We're a part of it, and it's so cool. Like, I'm a part of something much bigger than myself, and part of me loves that, and maybe I love this. So,
Yeah, and
anyway.
Wow.
this might have just been something they threw in the movie, but from what I remember from seeing the Queen biopic, Rhapsody,
okay.
Oh,
Yes.
Bohemian
Yes.
that's
Rhapsody.
how they came up with "We Are the Champions." They were like, "We need to give a song for the people, and how do we
That
get
they
them to
can
do
play.
that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's something as simple as that just brought everyone in.
I think that's fine in music. I hate it when comics do that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh.
But it works, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
but-
it's fascinating to me because it works.
Yeah, it does work, but I think just tell jokes.
That is funny though, because something about it will make certain people forget that they're saying what they're saying out loud. Because I was at a Sunday night open mic when one of Peyton's, and it was probably 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is still out, and I started talking about a therapist, and I just asked the audience, like, anyone here in therapy? Really wasn't even thinking about it being a call and response thing, but then a lady was like, yeah, I'm in it for sexual stuff. And I was like, well, we got to talk about this.
Yeah.
I think I was
Let's
there
get
that
into
night.
it.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
It was a weird night, and I go,
Yeah.
well, if you want to tell me. If you don't, I completely understand. But if you want to tell me, what kind of sexual things are you in therapy for? She goes, I'm a cum slut. And I go, you didn't have to tell me any of this.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
You were so
Yeah.
ready to tell me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I told my girlfriend not to say that.
I said, shut
We've been working on this. This is why you're going. You gotta stop telling everyone.
Stop telling
Yeah.
people that.
Bo Burnham had a great call and response. where
I
he's-
know exactly
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
And see,
yeah.
that's
It's
funny
so
though.
good. Yeah,
I'm not gonna say it.
yeah. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Look at Bo Burnham.
I'm in on this.
White people like, or like what white people like.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I don't think so.
Okay,
We're
amazing.
keeping it up.
We're keeping it up. The streak is continuing.
Would you know
Yeah.
if
I
you
know.
saw it?
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. He's not
It
singing.
was from his second special.
Or I thought it was from.
Maybe take out call and response.
What's it called? Make Happy.
Yeah, Make
Yeah,
Happy.
yeah.
Oh, which is his third special.
Yeah.
Because I always forget about the first one.
Yeah.
The first one was exclusively on Comedy Central.
Yeah. And he had a presents before that.
Ah, okay.
Oh, is it this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Now
it
I
is.
see why.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
Favorite sandwich, peanut butter and jelly, macaroni and our favorite chips, salt and vid. Wow.
It's so funny. Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
seeing
And
that.
he turns the lights on him. Wow.
Wow.
I love Bo Burnham.
That's so funny. Did y'all see the Talking Funny that he went on and played one of his songs? I can't remember what the song was about.
The
but
Art is Dead.
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah. With-
And as much as they really wanted to hate him because he was a musical comedian, and I'm even a part of that group where I'm not a huge fan of musical comedy,
Sure.
but love Bo Burnham. Everyone did.
Hey, the ukulele.
Hey
Am I right?
Ukulele. I remember I listened to the comedy station on Pandora in high school, and his Clubbing Baby Seals would come on when I was in biology for some reason all the time.
Yeah.
Just specifically that class, and it would make me giggle to myself that's what I was listening to while everyone was learning about like the mitochondria.
Yeah.
I'm just staring at the related videos. Welcome to the internet. It's
It
such
is
a good
such
song.
a good song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even from like a song structure point.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
Yes. That whole special.
That whole special, it's been said, it made everyone feel like we were a bunch of pieces of shit during the pandemic.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, that's what you did?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is that album.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
saying that.
I don't know.
Paxton, I can't do this right now.
I don't
Okay.
think that this is good. Good
We'll cut it,
content. Yeah.
I just like learning new things, and y'all just keep throwing out. I love being learned.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
Wow.
Yeah. For the record, I'd just like to take a moment to compliment that little boot.
Oh,
on
that
the
little
wall.
boot, my favorite accoutrement.
It's
Yeah.
been staring at me this whole time.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot.
Do you know where that came from?
No way.
Yeah. He re-gifted it.
No.
He
Wait.
re-gifted it.
Yes, you did.
It wasn't a
Parker
re-gift.
found the clip from this podcast where you did re-gift it.
It wasn't a gift. It was a
It was a
prize
prize.
I
It was a
won.
prize.
You're right.
Yeah.
So you shared your winnings.
Right, and I was like, this would be much better
Here.
here
Uh-huh.
because this is like my second home.
To be fair, also Parker, I was regifted a beautiful skull and crystal decanter set,
That is true.
which
That's an
Is
actual regift.
Well, no, I
Well-
got it from a monthly subscription box, and I just was like,
Ah,
I don't
okay.
need this.
yeah,
And
this isn't for me.
as-
This is for Paxton.
as much as I love it, it is the reason we had to burn 2 whole episodes on the channel.
Why?
And we banned drinking in the podcast studio.
What? Go on. Story
Yeah.
time. Story.
Yeah.
We're seated.
Yeah.
We're seated.
So-
Please.
It's a
Please.
crystal skull decanter. You can't drink out of that. It's clearly.
Has my neon boot
Mystical.
ever banned anything from the podcast?
Has it?
It's kicked someone out though.
So I will do my best, Blake. I'm sorry in advance if you have to go back and cut some of this stuff out. But we had a surprised guest duo.
Do you know who it is?
I was pretty sure I told him about
will
this.
tell you after the pod.
Oh, we'll talk about it for sure after the pod. But it was supposed to be 2 separate solos.
Okay.
And I had gotten a text from the later episode guy, and he was saying, "Hey, I'm done early, and I was wondering if I could come by and do mine early." And I was gonna go, you know what? That would be pretty fun if he came on with the other guest first, and then the other guest did their solo, since it a rap.
Right.
Damn it.
Oh.
You might as well
Oh.
just say the names. I'll bleep them out.
No,
Shiva
because
and
I can
Tom.
keep it. Yeah.
Oh.
Um, So what had happened was
He didn't. Okay, I'm not.
I didn't know all of the information of what had been going on.
Between the two men.
Between the 2 men, there was a love triangle afoot.
Okay.
And I didn't realize it was playing out.
Yeah.
And this other person came on the pod. And I told both of them from the very beginning the other one is going to be joining them on the podcast. Neither of them told me to tell, or thought to tell me, that there was some lingerings of awkward in that situation.
Right.
And then it was so awkward on said podcast that
Yeah.
both of them got hammered.
Whoa.
Hammered. Complete blackout drunk for the other guy's solo episode, to where it was probably 35 minutes in total, and then I was just like, you know what, fucking cut it. We're done. We're done.
And you were
And-
like pretty sober for it.
I think I had 2 sips of alcohol.
Well,
Yeah.
What happened was I took the old fashioned you gave us and I put it in
Right.
the skull decanter.
Of
'cause
course.
It looked cool. So I was using it as a prop.
Yeah.
Nobody
yeah.
was supposed to drink that old fashioned. So that old fashioned been sitting in this hot room, probably fermenting and
I
Even
mean,
more, yeah.
Yeah,
like-
it's full of sugar.
for like a year. And this guy, he ran out of booze and he got up and he took the skull decanter and he chugged the whole
From
thing.
the decanter?
Yeah,
From the
whole
decanter.
thing.
Classless. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason that was bestowed upon us. We
You're
are the
right.
classless of the society.
That's why you don't bring a skull decanter to your podcast studio, Parker.
Well, you know.
You know, no, it was one of my favorite accoutrements, and then it was
Yes.
just it was attached to a very bad memory of us losing 2 episodes.
Well, I'll tell you what. Good story.
Great
You're
story.
welcome. Yeah.
Fun story.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah.
so much more fun when we're allowed to say all the names too.
Yeah.
And it's only one name.
Yeah, because I said the other one.
And they're the
Yeah.
same. So
They're the same name.
I didn't say that.
Ah, shit. You're right.
I'm so confused.
I will
I'm
tell you
trying,
that.
Ed Sheeran.
I'm trying so hard to figure out who it is.
But I will say about the boot.
Oh, right about the boot.
I bring gifts to Paxton every time I come
yeah,
here.
me too.
And so there's a lot of decorations in here that came from me.
Oh, good. As soon as you said that, I just realized we finally put up the Yatu Sabe.
Yeah. So that's one of the posters I gave him. I gave him that
The Tyler, the Creator one.
poster.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
That one took a
Boots.
while.
Yeah.
Because
I gave him this one back here.
Yes.
we were trying, like, for the longest time,
Yeah.
that Tyler was going to be in the hallway. And then I just sit there and stare at him. Like, that's something I definitely want in my hallway, but at the same time, really don't.
yeah.
In case any non-comedian
Yeah.
does finally come over here.
It is something to look at, you know?
It is.
But
yeah.
with that being said, I have gifts.
You have gifts.
Yes.
Yeah. And Parker, you also have gifts.
I have a gift.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you
Oh,
go
my
first.
goodness. I'm
Yeah.
giftless. I feel ashamed.
I brought my favorite hot sauce.
Oh.
El Yucateco Caribbean Habanero.
Ooh.
Wow.
It's very delicious.
My sweet sugar bear. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That sounds
It's
amazing.
this
good
on
on
everything.
everything. Yeah, on pizza, on tacos.
Do we
on-
have a bag of chips? And we can crack these open.
Oh. Damn, you already ate your
Don't.
steak, too.
I did eat my steak.
You brought steak?
No.
You wish.
I went back into full
That's
fat
from
mode.
from that van.
He
Yeah.
followed me here.
The steak van. Actually, that's my ride.
It's Peyton Manning trying to get out of Omaha Steaks.
So this
Yeah.
is a statue that I brought for you. It's called the Peagle,
What?
That's awesome.
and it is a mix of an eagle and a panther.
Okay.
And it says that it's from our City Connect uniform. The mythical creature was inspired from the Dallas Eagles and the Fort Worth Panthers. And, I'm from Dallas and you're from Fort Worth.
Right.
So I thought this was a good representation of the two of
Wow.
us. And it says 2 legendary baseball teams that helped pave the way for the Texas Rangers.
That's awesome. I didn't even know about. I'll have to do a deep dive
Yeah,
into them.
and it's from Golden Chick.
That's even cooler.
Ooh.
That's great.
I bought a kid's meal and
And that's the prize?
That's
No.
so
They're-
cool. They're really stepping things up.
Really,
or really
trying to move some chicken, these guys. Yeah.
no, my mom went to a Rangers game and she brought this back. She's like, "You want this?" And I was like, "No, but Paxton does."
You're damn right I do.
Typical regifter.
So
100%.
The
And it's
Peagle.
called the Peagle.
Yeah.
For that alone, I'm going to take
The
it.
Peagle.
let's
Yeah.
print it up. Let's see what
do
it
wanna
is,
see it.
man.
The Peagle.
Peagle.
Panther Eagle.
And for the listeners at home and the watchers, something just dropped from the table. I don't know what it was.
You're so good at this.
And-
You're like a reverse folier.
Yeah.
Wow, a
A reverse
reverse.
foliar.
I'm surprised
Oh,
you knew
that's
what that was.
funny.
Yeah.
That is funny. I want to write a sketch about.
Whoa, it's
That's rad.
wobbly.
The bobbles are the wings. Dude, okay. Kane, I'm going to give you the option right now to take this back if you want it, because
I
this
don't
is
want
sick.
it.
You're losing.
Wow.
This is a
The
bad idea.
Peagle.
Look at how cool
Wow.
The
Wow.
mystical
this is. This is our
Peagle.
positive now. If you do well, you get the Peagle.
The
Wow.
Peagle
You
comes
get
to
the
visit
Peagle.
you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That is good.
So this is
That's
another thing
great.
we still haven't addressed on the podcast. So many podcast clips that I have used recently have come because of y'all and y'all's wedding. So first thing,
Oh, yeah,
thank
yeah,
you so much
yeah.
again for the invite. I had a lovely time. Y'all are classy people.
Glad
that
you
was,
came.
Yeah.
That was a
Thank you.
very fun
Yeah.
wedding. How has it been? Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm an
yes.
asshole. I overstepped. I've got one more, and this is another awesome 2-6 Mafia poster, which will go up right here.
Boom.
Yes,
Because
and
we
it's,
aren't really.
it's signed by everyone that was on
Wow.
it.
Halloween.
And you've
boo-rific.
almost had everyone on the show.
I think so. Other than Megan and
Deacon.
Deacon.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying
Yes.
Deacon. I almost accidentally always say steak bitch. By the way, I've
Which
said it
great
before.
name.
That's his
Great
name. That's his name.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Thank you, buddy. I'm going to have to get another frame, but I think I've got them saved now.
Ooh.
Let's
Nice.
get this back down here. But y'all are married. Have y'all gone on your honeymoon yet?
We did. Yeah,
Where did
like
y'all go
right
to?
away. We went to Kauai.
Kauai? Am I dumb?
No,
It's in Hawaii.
It's in
Okay.
Hawaii. It's like it's like a smaller.
Yeah.
It's one of the Hawaiian Islands.
Yes.
Okay.
The islands are an archipelago, which they say it's on like a fault inside the ocean where lava's coming out, right? And so enough lava came out that it made an island, and then the plate keeps shifting away, so then another island pops out, and then keeps going, and then another island and pops out.
Do you know
So-
if that's part of the volcanic circle? Is that
It's kind of,
Okay.
yeah. The like Pacific Rim kind of thing, yeah, kind of.
all those
It's in the-
tectonic plates?
sort of the
that was
middle
my
of it.
nerdy. This is the first thing I don't have to
Yes,
look up because
yeah,
I like
yeah.
science and
Plates.
stuff.
We found what Paxton likes. Guys, let's keep going on the tectonic plates. You got it.
This is what I got.
Geology.
I am an
yeah.
expert in dirt technically for work, which is a problem. I
That's
hate that
good.
that's my only title.
Dirt expert.
Dirt expert.
And what's your title at work?
I'm a foundation repairs analyst and
Foundation
structure
repairs.
analyst. I just crawl under the
Foundation
homes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foundation really?
We do need a jingle. So you're our reverse folier and our jingle expert.
Wow.
You have so many titles. Can you
That's-
draw?
I can't.
We need a graphic designer too.
No, I can't. I'm sorry. Hey, Parker, were
Yeah.
you telling them about Kauai?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, sure.
See, that's what I.
But
need
I
in my-
don't know all the science behind Kauai. I just know we went
That's
there.
what Paxton likes. We need to
Dang
lean
it.
into
There's
that.
No,
chickens.
entertain me, Parker.
There's chickens there. Lots of free
They're
roam
just like
chickens.
running around.
Oh yeah.
Did y'all do a resort or did y'all do like a Airbnb type of thing out there?
Would you call that a resort?
I don't know.
It's a hotel.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
It's a fancy
hang,
hotel.
hang on, make it fun and interesting. Say the stuff that like
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's,
I mean,
that's
it
a
was
fun
like
misconstrue of the podcast. I think Parker is fun and interesting just being Parker.
Thank you.
Aw, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
This is just
But-
about us being us and being pals.
the hotel did look like an evil lair
Oh.
and, on the
did.
side of a mountain.
It did.
And it looked like
It was some combination of uplighting and like pointy edges and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And
Like
the
Bond
wrong
villain-esque?
amount. Yes.
Very,
Like you made it to the
Yes.
volcanic.
Like
Yeah.
Truly.
like brutalist design.
Yes, and
Okay.
but mixed
But
with like all the greenery
integrated,
and
yeah,
the side
heavily
of
into the side of the hill,
mountain.
the mountain,
Yeah.
the
And
cliff.
on the other side is this beautiful mountain that is a nature preserve or something,
That's right.
a national park. And at night it opens up and a rocket comes out. And
And then they try and steal the moon.
It warms up and then it goes back down just in case.
It had that vibe.
It did,
Right.
yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And was there like a face carved on the side of this volcano?
Yes.
And was it Dr. Evil from the Austin Powers
I was
series?
trying to figure out
Yes.
who it was.
Yeah, that's who
funny.
it was.
It was
yeah,
Dr.
it was
Evil.
Dr. Evil.
Oh,
And it had
man.
the little,
He was doing
Yeah.
that.
yeah. And you're like, is that a hand or is that just a weird rock?
Yeah.
You know?
No,
It's-
yeah.
That's a weird stagnant formation. Oh
Yeah,
my
We're
god.
yeah.
both famously bad at recognizing carved faces on
Ugh.
mountainsides.
Famously.
Yeah.
We went to North.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. And I was like,
He thought it was my grandmother.
yeah, I did.
What is Barbara Walters doing up
Yeah,
Yeah.
Barbara Walters.
and
my
then she was
grandmother.
very offended
Yeah,
because
of
it's a
course.
group of men.
Yeah.
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 Well,
And I said, that's one grandmother.
an Ed Sheeran.
I have heard your grandmother's a very handsome woman.
Wow. Yes, you heard correctly.
I believe that.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
What car did y'all rent while y'all were down there?
You already know, don't
Do you
You're
know?
I
setting
don't.
him up.
Yeah, we rented a Chevy Camaro
Convertible.
convertible.
Wow.
Really? That's pretty
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Chevrolet.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't
it was
that be
awesome.
something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
having a
You're like
wouldn't that be
Obama.
nice?
I'm begging for Blue Chew.
Let alone Chevy. You're like
Chevy.
Obama. Is what she
Yeah,
said.
because of how Obama was driving in
Yeah.
a convertible earlier.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to take over for a second and tell you that Parker was so excited about this
The
convertible.
convertible. Yeah,
He
yeah.
mentioned it multiple times. And then what started happening was all these stories I'd never heard about how Parker actually had
I
a
had
convertible once. He actually had a very bad car convertible once. And he had all these tips about what to do in the convertible. Like, oh, it's cold outside? Don't worry. We blast the heat in here. Keep the top down. I actually know that because I used to drive a convertible. I used to own a convertible. Not just rent, own that convertible. And we packed way too much. That's
yeah,
classic
we bought
us.
a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, a lot of bags, a lot of
You do seem
clothing
like
options.
a convertible type of guy. Like that's your simple
I still
pleasure.
want one,
It's
you
just
know,
your
yeah.
Sunday
What
drive.
was the convertible you owned?
2008 Ford Mustang convertible,
Very fun.
soft top.
Ooh.
Great.
3.6 liter.
White car with a tan top.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Very cool.
What happened to it again?
I totaled it.
What happened?
I rear-ended someone I was texting and driving. Don't do that.
Was the top down when you did it?
No.
Brought to you by Chevy.
But a bunch of people came out of their house and was like, man, that's a badass car, dude. You
It's a
messed
badass
that
car you just
up,
ruined.
dude. I was like,
I wouldn't be
This is
texting
a
and driving
crime
if I
against
had that
cars.
car.
Yeah.
So
Mustangs are known for wrecking, though, so you didn't do anything wrong.
yeah.
it's the clientele. It's not the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like red cars.
Yeah,
Right?
like red
Yeah,
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No, well,
feel bad.
there's a joke in the like car community of like a Mustang will crash into a crowd of people.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look it up, Paxton.
That's a joke. That's a joke or a fact?
Both.
Wow.
Yeah.
Parker's gotten real squirrely about crossing this walking path near our home.
Yeah.
There's always people walking across it, and he's like, I don't want to hurt these people. I don't want to run over these people.
Well,
And
they have the right of way, and there's a lot of them.
Mhm.
You know, so finding that, you know, no one's stopping for you to be like, no, go ahead. You're a car.
so
Right.
we're not going to be able to get a Mustang because you
'Cause
will run into those
That's
people.
where I'll hit the people.
Yeah.
Just
Thank
get a
you.
gun.
Oh my God, Blake.
Even
What the
smarter.
Fuck? What are you talking about, Blake?
Tragedy
For the
on the
mu-
Katy Trail.
Yeah, from the back line.
Blake is like, have you ever just thought about shooting them?
Oh,
No, I didn't mean shoot them. Just
Shoot
fire
her-
off a
shoot
warning
around,
shot,
you
yeah.
Just a quick little desk pop.
Yeah.
Oh,
You typed in Mustang joke?
Will crash.
Will.
I'm not good at typing, man.
Oh,
You're
man.
not good at searching
This would-
things up.
This would still be Blake's job if he wasn't severely dyslexic, apparently, which took 55 episodes
Yeah.
to find out.
I'm
Also,
dyslexic.
and this has been bothering me the whole time. Why do you use Bing?
That's Blake's
Jesus
thing.
Christ! Why does everybody ask that?
Because it's a reasonable question.
Yeah, Blake, it is. I just haven't sat in here
Blake.
for long enough to fix it.
If everyone's asking it, maybe you're the problem.
Everyone knows you use DuckDuckGo, so no one can track you.
Everyone knows.
So we did need to make it back to Ed Sheeran. Oh, before we go
Okay.
back to Ed Sheeran, I feel like there's more to this vacation story. I do
Yeah,
want to hear
yeah.
this.
Your honeymoon.
This is much more important than Ed Sheeran.
Well, in my convertible, when you did the top,
Mhm.
the trunk space did not change. Not the case
For the rental.
in the rental. The trunk space drastically changed to almost none. Yeah. And so instead of, I was like, we're not leaving this parking lot without dropping the top. And so we did, and then we used the minimal for our like backpacks, and then we just loaded the back seat up, like truly like stacked up high, and then drove an hour
Yeah.
to the north side of the island, just playing Childish Gambino's Kauai on repeat.
Yes.
Yes, because that's what you do.
We
And,
lost a bag, but the top's down.
But the top is
top's
down.
down.
It's raining, but the
top
top
is
is down. Yeah. And my favorite story to tell is going paddleboarding.
Mhm.
Oh,
Which I don't know if I've told y'all this.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. So
So we meander on down there.
yeah, and
To the
the-
Ocean side. We're
Yeah.
Bayside on Honolulu Bay. It's lovely.
it's so
whatever.
nice. Yeah,
And we go to the shack where they have
the surfer guys
Yeah.
that rent you stuff, and they're not cool. They're
guy
kind of
was like-
pompous. They're
like- one eyebrow raised. Have you ever paddleboarded before?
have you even
Have you even paddleboarded before? Do you even know what an ankle leash is?
yeah. I was like, "Do you surf?" And he misheard me. He was like, "You surf?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "That's funny because I was like ripping 6-foot waves yesterday."
This morning, I think
Anyway,
you said.
and
Cool,
then
bro.
he-
We just got married.
A morning
he's a
person.
67-year-old
Another
man that surfs every morning.
stripe. Yeah,
Yeah,
he looked like a raisin.
yeah.
How
And
many
then
kids do you have? Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
But that wave was big.
That
That
wave,
wave.
dude.
So
And then, yeah, I'm flat foot and have scoliosis. So
you really?
Yeah, not super
And
balanced.
They told you that at the
Yeah, that's where they. Yeah,
at the surf shop.
Scoliosis.
Uh-huh.
that's what he said.
They
He-
diagnosed the
scoliosis,
guy?
right? Yeah.
Hey,
Saw it a mile away.
flat foot.
yeah. Yeah, you can't be on no board on the water.
This kid's never seen an arch in a foot.
Yeah. Anyway, it goes terribly for me.
Yeah.
I fall in the water. I cut my foot on the coral.
Did you pee on it?
And
That's a jellyfish.
I peed a little bit because the waves were coming in, and I was trying to get the paddleboard, but it kept getting further away because of the waves. And I finally get it, and Maddie says like she can hear from the distance me dying, and she says, "Are you okay?" And I get up and I see her, and she's in a one-legged yoga pose, doing yoga on the paddleboard.
I've gone paddleboarding before. Parker hadn't gone before.
I was like, I'm not okay. But then I got up and had a good time, you know?
Yeah,
We figured it out. I wore a shirt. I wore like a linen shirt thinking
Yeah.
this was going to be like a breeze of an activity.
Yeah.
It got wet.
Did you fall?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
big time.
Big time fall.
Oh, you fell
Yeah.
onto the coral. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had...
I went to go get a Band-Aid, and the lady at the gift shop was like, Band-Aids? Well, you'll have to buy them, which I didn't like.
Well, yeah,
And
yeah.
Also, she was like, coral? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Once you get coral in a wound, it just keeps growing.
You turn into a big piece of coral.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm
She was like,
pretty
you better
sure.
scrub it good.
Yeah,
Because
you better really get in there.
Yeah.
Make sure there's no coral left in there because
Yeah.
it will continue growing inside of you.
Which that's scary.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
terrifying.
Did that happen?
It hasn't. Not yet. Not
Yeah.
that I know
no,
of.
It's still
we think it was
dormant.
just sharp,
Yeah.
sharp rocks.
That's
Yeah.
Parker's big secret. That's like Mr. Deeds,
He's
where he takes off
mostly
the sock and
coral.
it's just coral.
It
Yeah.
looks like gout, but it's not. It's coral.
This is the beginning of Parker's origin story to becoming a superhero.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Coral Man.
But he just looks like one of those guys from like the late Pirates of the Caribbean movies. You know?
Part of the ship, part of the crew. Part of the
Just another reject from Davy Jones' Locker.
yeah. And then we went to the spa immediately after.
Yeah.
And I had a sensory deprivation tank appointment, which I was excited about. You know,
Really?
I've heard about it on Joe Rogan. I'm like,
I feel like that would terrify me.
well, here's the thing. If you don't know, it's water filled with Epsom salt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you float.
Yeah. And I just opened my foot. And they're like, here's some
Vaseline.
Vaseline
Yeah. Well,
and
just
a
put
Band-Aid.
a glob of Vaseline on
Yeah,
there.
didn't work.
Right as rain.
Certainly a sensory enhancing tank.
Yeah. Just
Just
pulses
of pain all the way up my
Yeah.
body for an hour. You know, a solid
An
hour.
hour?
No, maybe it was
No,
30
it was
minutes.
30 minutes.
Okay, well, felt like an hour.
Well, you
And-
had a meditation pod.
Oh, yeah.
With
Yeah,
a
yeah,
blanket
yeah.
immediately after,
Yeah.
so it was an hour.
So all you could think about was just the searing
Just-
pain.
Yeah, I could see nothing. I could hear nothing. I was floating in
You
body
were
temperature.
the pain.
I became one with the pain. Yeah.
I think that's how Bane was created. Is that right?
You were born in the dark.
Molded by it. Yeah. That's great.
You merely adopted it.
Maddie had some great observations about the sensory deprivation tank as well.
Oh, did you do it as well?
I
Yeah.
did right after Parker, and they took a while cleaning that thing out, which is probably good because for all I know, he was bleeding in there. But yeah, then I went in and I was like, "This is gonna be calm. I'm probably gonna probably what I had pictured, which I can admit this sounds silly, was are you all familiar with Stranger Things?
First season, but that's
yeah,
about the
first
extent
season
of it.
is perfect.
I've never seen it. I know of it.
There's a girl
11.
11 exactly.
Liar.
I haven't seen it.
If she's in any kind of sensory deprivation, anything, she basically astral projects. And so I was like, that's probably what's gonna happen.
Never done this before. Might as
Never
well
done this
get
before,
awakened.
but, probably I'm gonna find out that my consciousness can travel around, visit other things, go places. That's not really what happened to me. I got in there, started trying to relax, trying to just I don't know, calm my mind. And there was purple light and some music and stuff. And they're I was told it was going to sort of ease away and then I'd be in the dark and that would be great. And remember, you're in this pod that just kind of looks like a tank and you're in the water and the water's kind of moving around and it moves almost like it's moving you somewhere, but it's not, right? You're supposed to stay there. So the lights are going, the music's going, everything's fine. And then boom, lights, music off, everything off, pitch darkness. And I was like, well,
Wait, how long did you have the lights and the music for?
5 minutes maybe.
I would hate that. Why would you take that away from me when I think that's what's in play? Like, that's just
Yeah.
going to make me think your sensory deprivation tank is broken now.
I was like, this is when I get sucked away into the lab.
Right.
The lab where this spa is a lab. That's what's clear to me now. This spa's
is the
been a
Dr.
lab the
Evil.
whole time. The Dr. Evil thing is real. And I'm going to go into a different part. This whole place is just the evil lair laboratory. And I'm going to get pickled, probably.
Like from Lost. Just
or something plugged into my spine. I don't know.
yeah. I loved when she was like
It wasn't very relaxing.
Just the idea of you
it
becoming...
looks like a lab. It feels like a lab, but it's not a lab. It's not a lab. It's a spa.
Why are you wearing lab coats? It's a spa.
Yeah. Quit
This
taking
is a
my blood.
kimono.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And I didn't end up astral projecting, but we'll see. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll try
Pretty
again
boring
sometime.
overall.
Honeymoons aren't worth it.
Yeah,
You had it here
definitely,
first.
definitely don't do the sensory deprivation tank.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
yeah.
like, you're like boring, and my foot hurts.
yeah.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed
Okay.
Sheeran, we gotta circle back.
I need you as a production manager.
You are giving me so many jobs.
Okay,
and
two-
It's
I
because
don't
you've
think
been
I
the
would
only
be
person that
any
keeps me on
good
track.
at it. Well, on that note, did you do a nice thing to CAIN? You had said such nice stuff about both of us, but you did about CAIN, I think, at the beginning?
I believe so.
Okay,
If
Did
not,
you?
everyone knows he's my boy. He's my
Okay.
bear.
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, good. I just wanted okay.
Ed Sheeran.
You make me laugh. Oh, thank you. Your show was fantastic. We talked about
yes.
it on the last episode that just came out, but I want to tell you to your face, I don't know if I got to that night. Dude, that was one of the best shows I've ever been to. And I've been to a couple comedy shows at this point, like the dudes above us and on our scene.
Yeah.
That was number 2 on both dockets. Like, I saw Big J, one of my favorite comedians of all time, and then right there is yours. That was amazing, dude.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Your set was amazing. You did 32, something like that, you told me?
35.
35, that's
Nice.
incredible.
Yeah.
Was that your first time doing 35?
All material.
Wow.
Material.
No filler.
No filler.
Killing it.
No
Yeah.
no crowd
Filler,
work.
No crowd
Yeah.
work.
Just 3 months of stress eating.
yeah.
Paid off.
Yeah. No, it was great. I had a really good time. I think we had close to 150 people in the room.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
You had up onto like the second terrace, and
Yeah.
then all of the comics that came to support that didn't buy a ticket because they're comics, they sat on the third terrace.
Right.
So that didn't fill out and it doesn't count. But
Right.
you had paid people up into the second terrace.
And that's
Wow.
why I said about 150 in the room, or at least close to, because we had, I think, a little bit over 100 like actual ticket sales, like paid, and then the rest were either like comps or people that like just came to watch.
Yeah.
And then we went to Bar Louie afterwards, and this dude was so famous it took everyone else so long to get there.
It took a long time.
Yeah.
And Parker was there, because Parker was on the show.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you. by
Also,
the
we
way.
talked about
really
this.
Appreciate it.
That was the best I had ever seen your set.
Wow.
Sadly, I didn't get to go to see the live taping, which I know that was even better from everything I've heard. I
It
wish
was
I
a
got
lot
to
of
see
fun.
that. Are you releasing that at some point?
At some point, TBD.
TBD?
Aiming for mid-May.
Send me a text
But-
when it does
yeah,
come
yeah.
out.
I cannot wait to see that too.
That's
And
gonna be
thank you,
amazing.
both of y'all, for you just came by just to say good luck, which was
Yes.
very cool. I really appreciate it. And then you were there, but you were like on a different show. and
I was
you
on a
said
show with 6
good
people
luck
in
as
it.
well.
And just
Yes.
at that point, I was like, well, this show's not going to be much, so I'm going to give all my hope for Parker.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah.
No, Parker had, without a doubt, the funniest opening to any of the sets that night.
What did you open with again? Well, you might not want to
Yeah.
burn it.
I mean,
No. I'm gonna tell the story.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
care
yeah.
what you're gonna do. What song did you come out to?
Hungry Like the Wolf.
He came out to
So fun.
by,
Hungry Like the Wolf.
Duran.
Yes, which so it plays, it comes out, whatever. And at Arlington Improv, they do this thing where it's like, because the comics they're expected, the people that are used to it, they will play the song until you tell them to cut the song.
Yeah, didn't know
Which
that.
Parker
Oh,
was
this
unaware
Didn't know
of.
that.
So they're playing Hungry Like the Wolf, and Parker goes out there and he's like, Arlington, how are you? Whatever, like getting the crowd hyped.
Yeah.
The song's still going. And then he just yells into the microphone, in middle school, everyone thought I was gay.
yeah.
And then the song keeps playing.
And you did your
And
little
he just
shimmy.
starts dancing.
Yeah, and then like I thought at that point that's a cue to turn it off. You know?
Right.
Well,
You cut the song mid dance. That's
Yeah.
another laugh.
And they still
But
didn't
they
cut the
didn't.
song.
And I had to be like, turn off the music. Yeah, but that's been my opener for like the longest time of like this over bravado.
Yeah.
And the first line is like, you know, a laugh line.
That's
It
so
was
fu-
so fun. I was
It's
in
so
the
funny-
back dying.
It's so funny too that it just worked out even perfectly there.
It was
too.
he made it better. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
accidentally, by fucking it up, made it so
Yeah.
bad.
No, that was the comedy gods.
Yeah,
Telling you that's
yeah.
how you need to do it. Because that
Yeah.
little dance added so much to it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even remember how I danced, you know?
I do. It
was just
gotta
a little
get that
shimmy.
video.
They didn't film.
They didn't film? They just took pictures or something?
Yeah.
Were they
The
supposed
guy
to film?
that was supposed to film, he canceled on me day of.
What?
Damn.
And the normal dude that does tech at Arlington Improv, that was his day off.
Okay.
So the guy that was doing tech that night doesn't know how to work like the Arlington cam.
But wasn't there someone was there?
There
with,
was
like,
there was people there
Black
taking
Magic
photos.
Cinema camera.
So those people were taking photos just cause, and then
Oh.
afterwards they're like, "Hey, we took all these photos if you want to buy them." And I was like, "I didn't tell y'all to
Who
come."
are y'all?
Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, we work with one of the other comics pretty regularly." And I was like,
That's a crazy.
Which one?
Yeah.
yeah.
We've never met before either, and you're
Yeah.
just gonna show up and try and like this
Yeah.
isn't
"Yeah, you
outside
took
of a roller
bunch
coaster.
of photos, and then we're like, you want these?"
I got their card. They handed me
Yeah.
their card. I was like, yeah,
Maybe they still have them.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Wow.
I should contact
I
them.
actually know that person. So if you need to hook up, maybe
Okay.
I can
You do know
Okay.
that person?
maybe I can make it happen.
We'll
All
talk.
right, yeah.
Yeah. No, but the show went great. I had it was a really good time. I had 7 openers.
Yeah, it was so awesome. And you got to do like an hour and a half of like filling time, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
I don't know how much time we had exactly, but I was like, I'm running the light. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like this is my night.
And there was nothing after it.
Right.
at
There's
that
nothing
point.
after us, and we have almost 150 people in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fuck it, let's give them a show. So there were 7 people that went up before me, and each one of y'all did 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So it was you, Corey Cherry, Peyton, Satare, Kenny,
Jaime and Taylor P.
Jaime, and Taylor P. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Everyone
probably
did great. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
No one did bad. There was
No one did bad, and then when you have a lineup that has that many people, you're worried about people getting nervous and like exhausted with the comic change. It was so quick because Corey was so good at it, and no
Yeah.
one got tired.
Corey
it just felt like it
hosted
was
the
perfect.
hell out of that show.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And then I thought the people who went, like, you kind of did a good job at like high energy, lower energy, higher energy. I don't know if that was intentional.
Like the
but
set list order.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was not intentional.
Well,
but it just worked out.
It worked
yeah.
out that way. Yeah.
Right. It rode the lulls at the perfect times.
Yeah.
No, it was a really good time, and then by the time I got up there, everyone was ready, and then I did my 35 minutes, and
Wow.
and that going into it, I was like, I just want to do at least 30. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not even gonna lie, half of it I wrote in like the past month.
Nice.
I remember you
Yeah.
telling me that a lot of that was newer than you thought it
So
was
yeah,
going to be.
the show was March 20th. I started working on like the other 15 of it, like the beginning of February.
Mhm.
Wow.
Did you have 30 and you wanted to take some of it out and make
Yes.
it better?
Yeah, I feel like I had probably like 30 minutes of material going into like February, but 15 of it is like what I really loved, and the other 15, like I said, it was like I started writing it around February, and it just so happened that when the show came around, I was like, this other new 15 that I have like written over the past like month and a half, I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're
And,
excited about it
yeah.
and it's
Right.
fresh.
And it,
yeah.
I mean, it worked. It went really well. So
That's awesome.
That's amazing, man.
yeah, it was really cool. And then Arlington, I guess they liked it, so they had me host this
For Joe
past
Yes.
Torre,
weekend.
yeah.
Whoa.
How did those
Yeah.
go?
Oh, it went so well. But yeah, I hosted for Joe Torre. It was 6 shows total.
Mhm.
Wow.
So it was 1 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday.
Mm.
And
Did one get added to Sunday? Because originally I thought it was just Thursday to Saturday up front.
no, that was originally it was 6 shows. Yeah, and it was really cool. Joe was very, very cool and nice. He was big on Def Comedy Jam back in the 90s. He was in Poetic Justice with Tupac.
What?
Yeah, like, he's been around the block a couple times. So
Yeah, I remember one of the last gigs I did at Dallas Hyenas before I stopped working there was with Joe Torre, and he murdered that night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
A killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't remember. Something happened afterwards where things didn't go well, but I think he packed out the room for every show that he came through, and that hadn't been happening at Hyenas for the moment.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
Yeah, no, like, we had 6 shows, and most of them were like filled to the second tier at least.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
There, the early Saturday was like completely filled up, like to the back row. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Arlington Improv is a big room.
Big
it's
room.
one of our biggest rooms
Yeah,
in
I think
DFW.
it
Yeah,
holds 350.
That's
Whoa.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Fort Worth holds around 350. Fort Worth Hyenas.
Yeah.
And then other than that, Arlington Improv, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest are like in the 250s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 150s.
That's why when I got the Anne French show at Arlington, I was like, oh fuck, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sell 350 tickets.
Right. Yeah.
Wow,
It's
yeah.
that's intimidating. I was
Yeah.
intimidated by like DCC. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
And that holds 150.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had to convince me to do the big room. I was like,
They would
no.
have to convince me to. Like even after doing this Arlington show,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
still
yeah.
would not sign up for that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, sure,
Yeah,
yeah, because I
right.
got a better time.
Mm.
I would have had to do like a 5 p.m. show.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but that
to do
stage
the
is
little-
so pretty, and
It-
the fact that you got it filmed, you made the
Yeah.
right choice.
It's gonna be good. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, Blake is saying we're at about, what, hour 15, hour 10?
Hour 16.
Okay.
Hour 16.
So that is about time where we got to start wrapping up before
Okay.
it becomes too cumbersome for Blake for editing purpose.
Understood.
But I loved having y'all on so much. It was great to finally have you on, Maddie. It was great to have my
So
boys
we're not
back.
going to talk about Ed Sheeran. Okay.
I know it's like we've talked about it so many times. I'm talking
I
about
feel like-
talking
Can we finish
about
out with Ed Sheeran?
We could talk about it.
Okay.
I have 2
Okay.
points to make about Ed
Yeah,
Let's
Sheeran.
hear
Let's
it.
Let's hear it.
go. What you've been waiting for, folks.
The first thing is I love Ed Sheeran's closeness to hip hop. Actually, I don't know if y'all are
Yes.
aware of this.
Yes, his origins.
not
He
aware.
used to rap.
Google just Ed Sheeran with rappers.
Yeah.
I mean, Bing Ed Sheeran with rappers. Yes.
Who is it? Jamie Foxx told a story about him. Oh gosh,
Yeah.
the details of this story have
Yeah,
escaped
I have
me.
so many much better photos saved on my phone. But there's pictures of him like with Kodak Black wearing Kodak Black's chain.
Really?
Yeah, there's so many rappers that he's like very cool with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing.
You have
That-
pictures of him on your phone?
I have pictures of so many things on my phone. That Blake,
They're calling him a culture vulture?
they're
So
lying.
you saying he was a rapper first? Is that what you said?
He spent some time
He
trying
dabbled.
to be a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Which
Was this
who-
before?
Who hasn't?
Who
You know?
hasn't?
Yeah.
I have.
I have.
I've got 2 tracks out there.
I have a whole mixtape online.
That's crazy. What?
And also shout out
Where can I
Zach
find
Webb.
Go look it up.
Zach Webb's Undespicable Z. That was the funniest thing
Oh.
we've ever found on this
Yeah,
podcast. Is
yeah.
that he used to be a rapper?
Yeah, Zach Webb's name, Despicable Z, is so funny. And I found it on SoundCloud.
Oh, you did?
Really?
That's
But he deleted
so
all the
funny.
songs.
Smart.
Damn.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah. I think there's something to, just leaving it all out there.
Yeah,
you know?
leave it out there. They'll find it.
People find it and people will
yeah.
judge you harshly.
You can't find it. But the other thing I want to say about Ed Sheeran, and this is going to be the bad thing, he has the worst tattoos I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They're really
I
bad.
do need to see this.
He has a lion across his chest that's just kind of rough.
It looks just like cartoon.
Like his friend bought a gun?
drawings.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're bad tats.
Yeah, I'm also just color looks bad. I hate most color tattoos, and it just doesn't look good on people that are pale. You'd think it'd look even better because just the contrast of it, but as soon as they start to fade a little, it's just so bad so quick.
It's awful.
Let's see that sleeve. That's like the crayon.
He does have a
writing.
Futurama tattoo, so I'm back in.
How do you make this
Oh no, that's a Simpsons fish actually.
bigger?
I think view image. No,
Whoa.
okay.
Oh no.
Log into your Meta account, man.
Maybe just click the X out of that and see if that works. Yeah.
Oh, look at Parker.
Wow.
Can't X out of the
Yeah.
bottom thing, but
Damn. Okay. Let me. That's just tough. Why do you have a jasmine tree? That's
tough as in cool.
Parker. Do you have a jasmine tree you've been meaning to show people?
Yes. It's in a garden, but
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, white tiger tattoo.
yeah, but
Why can't I zoom in anymore?
Oh,
Press
you know
control
what?
and then scroll.
he has a ketchup tattoo as well.
Oh, Blake, you're such a genius. I love you.
no, you just gotta scroll past. Yeah.
Wow. Is that a
Yeah.
panda bear with bat wings? What is this?
That's the
That's
panda
the
bear
panda with
holding
the
the
guns,
guns.
yeah,
yeah.
Parker knows ball. All right.
I've been a hype beast in my time.
Is that like a thing? Is that like a brand? Is panda bear with guns, or
That's
is that
a
just
koala bear.
where at? Oh, I see it. Oh my god.
Wow. And then there's also like a handprint
It's like a
and
child
blocks.
just drew on him.
If he told me this, like his son drew all of these and he put it on, that would make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
that would
still
have
wouldn't
meaning.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the ketchup one you were talking
Yeah.
about.
Mm-hmm.
He got a big paycheck for that one.
Oh yeah, Heinz ketchup, and then that just says red.
And that just says go. There's just a green go over here, and then
A
some.
cauldron.
That's got to be his only tattoo that means something. I'm guessing that's the street sign of where he grew up. It's just like on 6th Street,
Oh,
maybe.
I thought
I
that
don't know,
was
he's
a
from-
battery.
I'm.
Is that that might be a
6.
battery?
6% charge.
But full green, baby.
Yeah, it's a message against sleep.
yeah, that's right.
You're fully charged. You don't need to.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Keep
going
going.
up,
Listen,
he's
it's
going up
fully
against
charged.
Big Sleep.
Yeah.
Big sleep making a stand.
Energizer Bunny don't have shit on me.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, that's everything I wanted to talk about.
There's a video I'm excited to show y'all, but if we showed it on the podcast, it would definitely get
Us in trouble.
copyright
Oh, okay. Well,
I also
We
want to
have
tell
enough
y'all.
of those.
Yeah. Yeah, we do figure out new copyright laws that we get in trouble with. You're like, okay, so
So
it's like
that's-
10 seconds.
So that counts. Okay.
Yeah.
There is something else I want to talk about, but off pod, but it has to do with tattoos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
so if y'all will go ahead and plug up y'all social media so people can find you at home, we'll go ahead and start with Maddie again.
Right. My social media is Instagram, and it's the word Madi, MADI, hyphen Eclair, ECLAIR.
And do you have any big improv shows coming up that you want people to come see?
What would a big improv
Yes.
show be? No. What? Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
The improvised.
Oh, there's something called the improvised fantasy movie. If you
Oh.
like D&D, if you like
Lord of the Rings.
Baldur's Gate, Lord of the
Yes.
Rings.
Oh, I'm going to have to get my
Nerd-
girlfriend to come to
nerdy
this.
stuff.
She loves nerdy stuff.
Oh, amazing. Okay, well, it's a Dallas Comedy Club the first 2 weekends in May.
Yep.
It's taking the place of the usual primetime slot.
That's
So-
awesome. And that's the 8:30 time slot?
Yes, 8:30.
Awesome.
8:30 to 9:30. Come out. It'll be fun. We improvise a fantasy movie. It's going to be wild.
Yes.
And you made me, at your last sketch show, you made me laugh harder than I have watching any of my friends' set. I love y'all. I'm sorry. But
Wow.
that was very fun.
What?
And I love spontaneity in comedy. And when you can do that and pull it off, that was so fun to watch. So please come out to DCC the first 2 weekends of May
Of
at
May.
8:30 on, was it Saturday?
Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I know.
That's
I know.
awesome.
They believe. I believe.
Yeah.
Everyone believes.
Yeah,
We
also,
believe.
I take
And
no
my
offense
acts.
to that. Yeah. I take no offense to that because I've always said Maddie is top
funniest
3
person in the
funniest
world,
people
yeah.
alive.
Yeah. Agreed.
And I mean
He's
that
a star.
of everyone in the world.
Yeah.
Maddie is hilarious.
Okay,
Plug
nice.
your festival.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry. I don't know if this will be out already. Whatever.
Next weekend.
Yeah, this coming weekend, days from now, so that would be April 11th through 13th, is the Dallas Indie Comedy Festival. It's indie, sketch, clown, all kinds of fun stuff. Zound Sounds on Friday night, Deep Ellum Arts Co. on Saturday night. Then there's a brunch on Sunday. We're having people come in from LA, from Chicago. It's awesome.
That's
They're
so fun.
wild. So come out. You can just Google Dallas Indie Comedy Fest or Dig Fest for short.
Nice.
The slogan that Stefan came up with is "Laugh at it," which is just great. It's
That's
very
great.
funny.
Yeah.
So that is April 11th through 13th.
Perfect.
Nice.
I don't know if this episode will be out by then, but Blake, can we
That's
get a
fair.
clip cut so she can have some sort of promo?
Nice.
Perfect.
Oh,
So
okay,
Blake can
thanks.
get that sent to you so you have some sort of
Whoa.
promo for it.
Thank you, Blake.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blake's the
Maybe I
bomb.
will get that gun you talked about earlier. I wasn't sure. Coming around on it.
Proof that you're one of the funniest people. Wow.
Parker?
I gotta follow that. Well, socials are at Parker Slay, even SLAYYYVENS. And it's just Instagram for now. I guess if you want to follow me on TikTok, it's at user lots of numbers, spelled out. And look out for my special that's
Yes.
going to be coming out eventually,
In May.
and in May ideally. And I don't have any. I guess I have the the stand up standoff April
Yes.
22nd and June April 26th and June 28th.
And I'm assuming your special is going to be put on Netflix or not Netflix on
Yeah,
YouTube.
YouTube, yes.
So do you have your YouTube handle already?
I have one, but I'm hoping I can change it.
I think you can because I've
Parker
gone from
Slavens 811 something or another.
Yeah.
it used to be my comedy one, and then I just gave up on that and made it the Dingbat District page one, so you can change it. I just
Okay.
don't think you can change it a whole lot. So make sure you like what you set
Pick
it as.
one and
Set
stick
it.
to it.
Yeah, it's like something like you can't change it for like 6 weeks or something like that.
Okay. Oh no.
Good to know.
Okay. Yeah.
No, this is helpful. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Of course. And then Kane.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at funnycain. That's FUNNYCAIN_.
Killed it.
Nailed it.
Yeah, thanks guys. And just click the link in my bio for all upcoming shows. Also, go see Parker Show Stand Up Showdown. It's very fun. It's a Western themed game show. It's where I won that boot that's on
That's
the
right,
wall over
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So
We love our
go
accoutrements.
out to that. Just follow me on Instagram. I'm like 3 followers away from 1,100 right now.
Wow.
No way.
Yeah,
Congrats.
thanks. Keep coming to my shows. April 18th, come see me in Paxton at Laugh It Off.
Thank you, buddy. I was going to
Dallas
forget
Comedy
otherwise.
Club. Just come watch us. This was fun. I've never been on this side of the table.
Whoa.
It's nice. Get a paradigm
This
shift.
is my 4th time on the podcast.
And we loved having you. We do
Yeah.
have to get Parker to come back on his own because I have to keep y'all tied. Y'all are 2 of my favorites, so I got to keep y'all tied up
we're
here.
gonna look up the numbers and see who has the record.
I think it is you because
I'm
I
coming-
was thinking Parker had an extra episode that
I'm in the profile
wrong about.
picture of the Instagram. It
you are in the
better be
profile
me.
picture. Yeah, this is true. It's us holding hands.
And I'm
Sorry
coming
about that.
back for the 5th time, and I'm gonna be the first 5-timer.
Hell yeah,
Wow, you get a jacket, I heard.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
it's a
That's what I
satin
hear.
jacket.
I've decorated half this room, I think.
that's
Paxton
100%
will
fair.
personally sew you a jacket.
I do have
All
nimble
bad.
fingers. No, despite my pan frying hands, I do have
Get
nimble fingers.
Kylie to make me some cookies or something.
That is fair. She didn't even make me cookies though, and she's a baker.
Has she been on the podcast 5 times?
And that's very fair. Kylie, I'm sorry. He's right. Other than that, I have shows like Kane said, April 18th, the Laugh It Off show at DCC. Quit flipping me off, Blake. That's so rude. Not now. Also coming up, I've got more shows, but I think I need to wait for that to be more determined. So just check out my page at pbailey_comedy on Instagram and Dingbat District Pod on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube as well. We post a new episode every single Tuesday and new clips every we post new episodes every Tuesday and new clips every single day. So thank you all for watching another episode. Please like and subscribe if you aren't already, and bye.